What's up, it's your boy Korean Jesus here with another reaction. Now, people seem to not really like me making false accusations at, these famous celebrities, as if I don't read a bunch of books and study this stuff. It's always the people that I know have done absolutely zero research that have the most to say. Here's a trend that I really dislike on the internet. It's VTubers. These people prop up this fake persona, this fake character, pretending to be someone they're not, or putting expectations on themselves. It's the same way I feel about overweight content creators. Why are they using anime pictures or cartoons they use are never, overweight like them? This crazy fake lying to themselves. Like, be yourself. At least show your face in the videos. If you try to please everyone, you will please no one. It is impossible to lead your life for others' happiness. And if you look up this quote, I guess Ricky Gervais came up with it. This video popped up in my time feed. Apparently he was one of these creators that hid behind a fake persona and pretended to be someone they're not, and then everything came tumbling down. And well, let's just watch it.
Corp spent years building up a dream career as a content creator, amassing over 10 million subscribers on YouTube, releasing a platinum hit record, and finding himself in a social circle consisting of creators such as PewDiePie, Penguin Zero, and Pokimane, all of which he did without revealing his identity. However, his dream career had a brutal dark side. He faced relentless doxing, vicious attacks on his appearance, and severe health struggles that only worsened with the pressures of fame. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be diving into the career of Corpse, his meteoric rise to fame, and the various issues and controversies that led him to abandon his 7 million subscriber YouTube channel and cause him to lose over 250,000 subscribers. But before we dive into why he left, let's first look into why he was so famous to begin with. Corpse's journey started far from the millions of followers he has today. Creating his YouTube channel on the 17th of July 2015, he would upload his first video the following day, a creepypasta reading titled "Last Friday Scary Creepypastas to Tell at Night." The first thing evident to viewers was his naturally deep and raspy voice, which would later be revealed as partial results of chronic health conditions that Corpse was suffering from, such as FMS.
I don't know what creepypasta is. Let's go look this up. Creepypasta is a horror-related legend that has been shared around. What? I don't get it.
Thoracic outlet syndrome and GERD.
GERD? Wait a minute. Isn't that a completely treatable condition? It is, because I had it. Fix your diet. It's caused by the garbage and the food that you eat. It's not life-threatening. All right, it's not.
Of a medical condition, and it does contribute to my voice, but not as much as everybody says it does. GERD has like a spectrum to it. They put a scope down my throat through my nostrils, and my throat is corroded, and it's like touching my vocal cord.
For the first 5 years of his career, Corpse focused on creating videos where he would read out creepypastas without showing his face. His unique voice and choice to remain anonymous added a layer of mystery to both his content and persona. This intrigue played a big part in thrusting him into the limelight, leading to over 1 million subscribers by 2020. It also opened doors to collaborations with industry figures, like Boy in a Band and Anthony Padilla, who featured Corpse in a video titled "I Spent a Day with Faceless YouTubers," where he would interview Corpse. The interview felt tragic to say the least and set the tone of the public perception of Corpse moving forwards, with him openly speaking about his mental health, where he stated how hiding his identity contributed to his anxiety.
I have like very bad anxiety.
Then don't create content. Don't put yourself on the internet. Oh man, notice his chain. All-seeing eye. Industry plants, yo.
Never leave my house.
Do you feel like hiding your identity has led to all this anxiety about being in public?
It definitely added to it. I feel like
Dude, you did this to yourself. What is wrong with this generation? They are so soft. You build a fortress of lies, and then when one lie starts getting revealed and it comes tumbling down, you're sad. Just be honest. Be yourself. Show your face.
I had other issues prior.
Yeah.
But it definitely made it more logical in my head, despite it probably being irrational.
So this video was...
Oh, this guy showed his face? I didn't think this content creator was going to show his face. I'm just getting some points, my dude.
But let's go back into finding why Corpse abandoned his audience. To make his anxiety even worse, Corpse had to become a compulsive liar in order to keep his two separate lives.
Then don't lie. Don't put yourself on the internet. Building up this fake persona of who and what you should be, that's your fault.
questions have come up.
I have an apartment, and so when I have people come over, it's like, don't go in that room. And they're
Well, that's like your YouTube room.
yeah. And they're like, why? And I'm like, they're like, how do you have this money? And I'm like, I don't know. I just come off sketchy to everybody.
You're not coming off as sketchy. That's sketchy behavior.
Because they don't know the truth, and they're like, you're hiding something.
Yeah.
It must be a dead body.
Like, I can't answer simple questions.
Have there been any moments that have been taxing to maintain two separate identities?
Oh, like all the time, like
Yeah.
24/7. I've had people over at my house who I know in real life, who are friends with my YouTube friends. So my YouTube friend doesn't know I'm friends with their friend, and my friend doesn't know I'm friends with their YouTube. It's very confusing. It's a very like Hannah Montana thing.
The decline of his mental health would come to no surprise, especially considering his choice of being faceless completely destroyed his social life, even getting to the point that he became too anxious to leave his house or even speak in public.
How does remaining anonymous affect your social life?
Pretty much eviscerated it. like
Yeah, so you don't have any social life now?
No, not at all.
The benefits of being anonymous were far outshadowed by all the negatives that he was already experiencing, as he would state.
I don't feel like I can fully know the benefit of being not anonymous without doing it. And I can't really see into this like alternate dimension where I'm probably happier. I think it's way more stressful than it is beneficial.
At this
You did this to yourself.
point, you might be wondering why Corpse didn't just reveal his face and free himself of the burden of keeping his identity a secret. Well, he would also answer that.
I've left that door closed for so long that there's no gradual buildup. It's not, oh, I have 50,000 and now I'm gonna get noticed outside sometimes. It's opening that door and having all the buildup from millions of people now all at once. So it would be a dramatic life change.
The feelings and experiences Corpse mentioned in the interview would reflect on his YouTube channel, as he began posting more and more infrequently as his mental health got worse, eventually releasing his debut single Miss You in June of the same year, where he would express how badly his mental health had truly declined, with lyrics reading, "I don't want to look like this, I don't want to feel like this," as well as "No quiero estar aquí," which means "I don't want to be here" in Spanish. Later in the song, he would describe his YouTube channel as a glamorized desk job rotting away.
It's like someone cutting themselves and being like, I don't want to do this anymore. Then stop. Walk away. Cyberbullying isn't real. Turn off the computer. Close the monitor.
To make matters even worse, Corpse would state that he suffers from an eye disease that causes inflammation when looking at screens, resulting in him needing an eye patch.
It started with my eyesight. I wasn't able to read stories because my eyesight was going, and whenever I would get checked for a prescription, they would tell me I have 20/20, but then I wouldn't be able to see when I'm reading.
With his video output slowing down,
Move your hair.
so did his channel growth. But when things seemed most hopeless for Corpse, a life-changing craze would be right around the corner. In August of 2020, a social deception game named Among Us would take the world by storm. A game where you need to lie or find the liar to win.
With all the years of practice he had, lying to his close ones, his friends and family, and also on the internet, keeping up this whole guise of mysterious secret to show your face. It's not that big of a deal. Holy shit, this generation is so soft, man. I'm about to...
A lot of the game's success was a result of pretty much every big streamer playing it at the time, with creators like PewDiePie, XQC, Penguin Zero, and more, all playing the game together to entertain everyone stuck at home during the pandemic. And these streams would be huge, garnering over 100,000 concurrent viewers, and the clips and re-uploads gaining millions. Entering September, Corpse's YouTube friend Boy in a Band would invite him to play Among Us on stream with PewDiePie and other massive streamers.
I was just hanging out on Discord, and then Dave Boy in a Band messaged me and was like, yo, do you want to play Among Us with PewDiePie on stream right now? And I was like, okay, sure.
The moment Corpse joined the lobby, his life changed
Could have said no, Mr. I have anxiety.
forever, as his deep and raspy voice fascinated everyone who listened, and even made popular streamers treat him like a celebrity.
Yo, Corpse, what's going on?
Hello, friend.
Wow.
What?
Okay. Kick Saikuno.
Wait, what?
Corpse's voice is like infrasonic bass.
Is that real?
Oh my god. It's real, believe me.
It sounds like he'd be that dude who, like, you know,
All right,
kills people in the game.
Corpse in a fist fight.
Yeah, he sounds
why?
like John Wick should sound.
Or voice
yeah.
fight. He sounds like God and the devil should sound
I
like.
bet.
I don't know. I guess I haven't done a face reveal, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Guys, who is Corpse?
Well, I just
totally
assumed
fine
that
with
some
it.
of this voice might look like, they don't look like what they sound like.
You're accurate. You're completely accurate.
He doesn't look like what he sounds like. Remember how everyone thought Donkey
I
was
feel
black?
like your voice is touching me. Is that a weird?
Why did he create this fake persona then? Why did he create this avatar? This is why I don't like VTubers. This is why I don't like overweight content creators that use a cutesy picture of them not as fat as they are in real life. Just be yourself. Internet bullying isn't real. These people just look for any reason to hate you, but this is more of a reflection of them. This is why I think it's funny. Just laugh it off. Not a big deal, dude.
I feel like your voice is hitting a part of my ear that's never been hit before.
Following his appearance on the stream, Corpse's channel completely exploded, gaining up to 160,000 subscribers per day in October.
Is he gonna play the victim on this one too? Is he gonna cry about this success hurting his mental health? You don't have to upload anything. At any point in time, he could have just walked away.
Making him the fastest growing creator at the time. With his Among Us videos gaining between 11 and 33 million views each, he would use the opportunity to release the song E-Girls Are Ruining My Life, which would eventually go platinum certified and chart in multiple countries. The success Corpse was experiencing at this point of time was on a whole new level compared to his previous 5 years as a content creator. He went from a popular creepypasta narrator to a personality that everyone wanted to learn more about. But the more popular he became, the more haters and detractors that appeared to try and ruin his career and life. Despite this, Corpse would end 2020 with over 6.3 million subscribers and 240 million views on his
Remember I pointed out his all-seeing eye necklace? Note the numbers. Coincidence.
main channel. However, his overnight fame would ultimately come crashing down, and 2021 would be the year that would alter his career and life forever once again, but this time in not such a positive way. Whilst Corpse's success was at a peak, his health was reaching new lows. He would get a burning sensation when speaking due to GERD, and experience extreme muscle aches and fatigue due to fibromyalgia, which would cause him to leave games midstream.
Like when I left that raft game, like I was sitting there with like an eye patch on, my whole arm is numb, like I'm bleeding out the nose, and I'm just playing video games. Like it shouldn't be. I don't think that's something I can like do for a long time.
On top of this, his newfound audience would grow a parasocial obsession with him and learning more about the man behind the mask, similar to that of Dream, who was a faceless creator at the time. The pressure for Corpse to entertain his new audience was too much for him, and the stress and anxiety of staying anonymous was even more heightened as he would once again be interviewed by Anthony Padilla, where he would reveal the sad changes the fame brought to his life. Corpse would state that he felt he had to be even more careful about keeping his identity private following the success.
I feel like I would be happier in a world where I could be myself openly and not.
Then be yourself. Why did you build up this fake persona and then create this whole narrative? This is all on you, dude.
I worry about like hiding from everybody, but I do think it's also the best decision for me because I don't think I could handle that many people like judging me at once.
Why did you put yourself on? You don't have to be on the internet, my guy.
Corpse would also discuss how he felt like others didn't even treat him as a human.
In people's heads, I'm more of like a character or like a brand or like an anime character
Because that's how you portrayed yourself.
or something. So they don't treat me as if I'm an actual person.
Corpse would also reveal how a lot of people on the internet were trying to dox him and how some of them were right.
Have you had any close calls with your identity being discovered since we last talked?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how specific I should go with them, but definitely.
Why? Because if you're specific, they might know how close it was, and it might reveal it to them.
Exactly. Yeah, they know 100%. Like
Later in the interview, Corpse would address the hate he was receiving, as well as his experiment to test how far his haters would go.
What have been some of the downsides or struggles that come along with all of this?
relentless expectations, and I get so much hate online every single day.
People already treat celebrities with their faces out there, famous people with their faces out there, no matter what they do, as if they're a dumpster. And then here you are without your face out there, so people get to treat you even more like you're not a real person at all.
I did a tweet on Twitter just to prove a point. I did a voice memo and I just breathed. Like
the infamous corpse breath tweet.
People will get mad at anything that's popular. I guarantee you I'm gonna get so much shit for literally breathing. They'll be like,
this is on him to let those comments affect you. The hate comments I get on my YouTube, I laugh. I laugh so hard. It's like, if that's what you got from my video, good for you. That's a reflection of yourself, not me. I'm not going to take that to heart. I'm just doing this stuff just to be funny, have a good time, maybe expose some truth. But it's just entertainment, dude. Relax. It's not that big of a deal. Internet bullying is not real. Just turn off the monitor. Just walk away. That's not real. This guy didn't have to put himself out on the internet. He's out here crying about this, building a fake character. Look at the profile picture he used. Look at all of his thumbnails, putting this mysterious, creepy guy when he looks nothing like that.
Oh my God, you guys are so obsessed with him. Like, look at it, he's just breathing, and then like, or he's trying to breathe super sexually, or like, it's literally just breathing, but people want to spin it to be that.
He would also go on to address just how brutal his mental health had truly become.
I was and still am dealing with so much mental shit. When I was doing those Among Us streams first starting, like literally like 20 minutes before some of them, I was literally like faced with like, and then I just get on in front of hundreds of thousands of people, you know what I mean? And it's like,
then don't go on.
They don't see those things, you know what I mean?
Comments on the video would sympathize with Corpse, reading, "Most of us Corpse fans don't really want him to reveal his face. We want him
Most? Where are you getting these statistics from?
to feel comfortable in the space he's created," as well as hearing him talk about his experience with fibromyalgia, crawling across the floor, unable to eat. "I know how that feels. Fibromyalgia is not fun. It's so hard. I really relate." Similar to Dream, a large portion of Corpse's audience was extremely parasocial, and whilst this did help Corpse go viral and grow his other social media platforms, it would also make even more people hate him due to his obsessed fans. However, it wasn't only the fans who were obsessed with him. Throughout 2021, groups of haters and detractors would attempt to expose Corpse's identity, and despite most of the photos not even being Corpse to begin with, they would generally receive quite harsh criticism on the appearance. It was like people expected him to look like a Greek god, and anything less would be labeled as ugly. In March of 2021, a post would be made to a foreign website not only revealing Corpse's face, but also tracking down where he lives and his family members. The doxing resulted in pictures of his face being plastered across the internet, and
That's it? I had cops with their guns drawn when I was on Twitch. What? This generation's so soft, dude. Holy sh...
attracted a lot of hate towards him, eventually garnering the attention of Philip DeFranco, who summarized the situation perfectly.
Oh my God. Philip DeFranco, the SJW crybaby. Let me pull up these quotes and comments from these no-names that fully support what I'm about to tell you and how to think. This guy is the biggest armchair activist I have ever seen in my life.
People are being absolutely shitty about the person featured. Which, I mean, if it's just some random person or it actually turns out this is Corpse husband, still shitty. There are absolutely a ton of people responding with really nasty comments, calling the person in the photos ugly among other things, which also prompted other Corpse husband fans to write things like, "This alleged face reveal just showed how fucked our world is. You think Corpse is this mega hot guy, then y'all start bullying him when he didn't meet your standards." As well as saying he literally sings about how self-conscious he is.
It's kind of funny that it has armchair in it, right? I stay based.
About his appearance, and you guys are out here bashing him because he didn't live up to your fantasy. Disgusting. Absolutely pathetic. Right? And this is nowhere near the first story of its kind. I think.
Be yourself. If you don't want to get criticism from strangers in the internet, then don't post yourself. At any point in time, this guy could have just walked away. This is his own doing. This is ridiculous.
Most recently, we talked about this situation with Dream. But here's what I'll say. If you're one of the people out there that's writing just disgusting things or nasty things about this person who may or may not be Corpse, seriously, go fuck yourself and or grow up.
The mix of mental health, physical health, and toxic comments ultimately led Corpse to quit streaming and focus more on his music. This would lead up to the 23rd of November 2021, when Corpse would upload the final video to his main channel, titled "Choking My Friends," a video where he played Friday the 13th with other streamers.
Drown. Drown.
Holy Jesus!
Water!
Why is Corpse enjoying this so much?
What?
Sounds like he's enjoying all of this and then he's gonna cry, "Woe is me." Now get fucked.
We should not allow Corpse to be the killer because I am going to get trauma.
Despite the lack of video content, Corpse would continue posting music to his second channel, where he would still find success collaborating with artists such as Bring Me the Horizon, Scarlord, and Night Lavelle.
Fade out when Centralia dust, nostrils off of dust, or like veins too many.
What is up with this cartoon character representing? This is all his fault.
Needles touch, if pain is beauty, I'm a pretty bitch. Gone too quiet, now they're whispering.
Corpse's story on YouTube draws several parallels to that of Dream's, both being faceless creators who had large followings and extremely high expectations set up for their appearances by their viewers. However, Dream actually decided to reveal his face. On the 2nd of October 2022, Dream would upload the infamous video titled "Hi, I'm Dream," where in the video he would finally remove his mask.
Alright, for real, I'm dropping it. Hi. It feels so awkward. Talking to a camera for the first time.
Whilst Dream isn't particularly bad looking, he instantly became a meme with comparisons to Lord Farquaad, as well as #HisUgly trending on Twitter the following day. The backlash Dream experienced after his face reveal was exactly the nightmare Corpse was desperately avoiding. Fast forward.
The only difference between a dream and a nightmare is the size of your balls. It's not real. Grow the fuck up. Turn off the computer. Go outside, touch grass.
To 2024, and Corpse's channel is a shell of what it once was, with his channel losing over 250,000 subscribers and the views slowly stagnating. Corpse's story acts as a cautionary tale of the destructive power of fame and the unrealistic expectations placed upon those in the public eye. His unique voice and the mystery surrounding his identity propelled him to stardom, yet the weight of that success, his physical and mental health struggles, and an obsessive, toxic audience,
all of which he did to himself,
drove him away from the platform he'd built. The brutal doxing attacks and reception of Dream's face reveal affirmed Corpse's decision to prioritize his well-being. It serves as a reminder that even as we consume content, there are real people behind the screens. People who deserve privacy, respect, and empathy.
This is what he looks like. This is how he portrayed himself. This is all his fault. No sympathy at all. None. Oh, I can't see out of one eye. Dude, cut your hair then. I think VTubers and this fake persona hiding behind the monitor, being anonymous, that's all on them. If you're not tough enough to do this, then don't. If you made it this far into this video, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Found his Instagram page, and if you go look at his profile picture, one eye symbolism, right? Go ahead and look at the numbers. Blue and red, if you know the symbology behind this. Interesting, I wonder if she has a blue contact lens. Yeah, it's definitely nothing. Oh, the hand signal, interesting. You see this? Just a coincidence, guys. If you know, you know. And if you don't, those are the people that's leaving hateful comments in my comment section. There's another video right here. There's also a subscribe here. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.